Hello and welcome to round 3, or no, game 3 of round 1. Wow, I screwed that up. Between Eonwe and Luke. Eonwe as Isengard, Luke this time is Elves. And this is, like I said, it's the third game of the round, and that's because it's a best 2 out of 3. And whoever wins this wins the round and advances to the next part, the next stage of the tournament, to round 2. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens. I've always felt that Elves vs Isengard was an imbalanced matchup in favor of Elves, but a lot of people seem to disagree with me on that. I think Isengard's very strong early on, and if you spam really well, you can really do a great job. But later on in the game, when they start just spamming Mirkwards, I don't know. It's kind of hard to counter that. At least that's how I felt, but I know a lot of people disagree. And Eonwe going for an Urk start, which is exactly what you should do against Elves. And Luke going for a Malorn tree start. Or did I just say that? Wow, what is wrong with me? He went for... Well, yeah, he obviously started with Malorn trees, but he got a Bear Axe as his first unit production building. I'm going to go jump off a cliff now. I'll be right back. No, I'm not going to do that. Okay, War Chant, first power, versus Farsight. Ooh, interesting. Farsight. So Luke is really scouting Eonwe's base here, and of course with Farsight you can pretty much perpetually keep an eye on the base since it recharges fast enough for that to happen. And both players just expanding a little bit, getting their first units out. We have Urks out on the field. The Urks are of course stronger than these Lorien warriors if they end up fighting each other. The problem with Elves though is that they are really good backing up their units with some archers, and that's what really makes a difference for them. It's mixing those Lorien warriors with the Lorien archers. And they're getting really close to each other. Luke is actually, well, okay. Are they going to actually fight? No, they're not, okay. Because it would not be a good idea to fight them with just one unit. It looks like he's going to try to chase them down since they're moving away and get some flanking damage. And they're catching up. They've reached the Malorn tree, which is instantly deleted. And now that we have Lorien archers out, Luke is going to try to fight this a little bit, although he's retreating and he's just sniping these guys from a distance. They're in defensive stance with shield wall formation and war chants, but pretty dangerous right now. And Luke, remember, doesn't have rallying call because he went for Farsight instead. We have a green pasture very quickly deployed on the field. Does he even have 4 Malorn trees? I don't know. But yeah, getting very fast Lancers here. So Eonwe is going to have to react fast. He's seeing that his opponent is getting Lancers at this point, and he didn't take out the Malorn tree, but he's seen the green pasture, so he's going to need to get some pikes before he runs into trouble. And he is building some pikes. And Luke repels that attack. Still really playing defensively at this point, which is kind of how it works for Elves, I think. You just repel the enemy attacks, get yourself some stronger units, Mirkward archers, and so forth, and then you can just rip through any enemy army. Isengard is still very much a spam faction, and even with their economy late in the game, they don't really get units that are just incredible units. But they can be spammed pretty effectively for like what they actually have. So as Isengard, your army's not very strong late game, but you can really spam those units in all directions, even with upgrades. You do have to play them in that way. But early in the game, Isengard's really powerful. These Urks are quite strong. It's just archers where they're not doing so well. And look at that. Turn around so they take less damage. Remember, if they're facing the wrong way when they get trampled, they take way more damage than if they're facing the cavalry. So if you're going to have your swordsmen trampled by cavalry, face the cavalry. Because you're not going to outrun them anyway, so no point running away. We have shield wall on the defensive. It's going to take a few tramples to take them out. But the Lancer's still doing a good job of it. Luke is moving in through the center. Eonwe preparing more units. We actually have Work Riders that are going to be produced now. What do we have here? Oh, we do have a Work Rider on the field. Work Rider Battalion. Going going after these Malron trees. Luke has been trying to expand in the north in secret. And oh, that builder is going to go down. He's got no chance to escape. But Eonwe meets Luke's army. And remember, Eonwe has these guys right here. Luke doesn't have a lot of pikes. And now they go down. Great trampling there. Done very well by Eonwe. I do believe the pikes were targeted by these crossbowmen first, so that they weren't going to be a problem when the work riders came in. That's always what you want to do. Use your archers, take out the pikes first, and then send in your cavalry to finish the job. Best approach you can have. And Eonwe doing a good job so far. Luke is still trying to expand up here, but these work riders are going to be a huge problem for him. And they're definitely more dangerous than Lancers. Although Lancers can heal, so they at least have that. Whereas any damage Eonwe takes to his work riders, not very easy to do anything about it. Unless they're level 2. He's attempting to harass really close to the base now with both of these units. Could be worth just splitting them up into 2 and just attacking a few different trees. Don't forget they have a Howl ability, plus 50% damage and armor. It's very useful. I know it's kind of nice. It looks like they trampled quite a few. Actually, they hit some pikes as well. Overall, Eonwe doing very well for himself. Luke has a few Lancers. They're going to be in trouble here. He does have one Malron tree up there that never got taken out. Right now, overall, he's just Eonwe is just doing really well. The question is, can Luke get some Mirkwood archers on the field? That's when he can turn things around. They're really determined to chase down. Okay, it looks like this is a bit of a slip up. Those work riders allowed to get really close to the base, and they're all going down now. Kind of an expensive loss. I don't know if it was worth sending them right into the middle of the enemy base. In any case, this is just, I mean, Eonwe is dominating this right now. Luke is trying to fight back with difficulty. And Luke might actually be defeated really quickly. Look at this, Eonwe has tons of pikes, which these cavalry can do nothing about, and that's almost all that Luke has now, is cavalry. So Luke is going to lose his green pasture. Turning this around is going to be, well, kind of difficult, to say the least. Let's take a look at, okay, 675 maximum command points, so he has almost no units left, Eonwe that is. So Luke did kill a lot of them. He has actually used his devastation ability to get bonus resources. And Luke only 350 maximum. Still doesn't have a second power. He has not picked Rallying Call yet. He just used Farsight again. He's getting his 10-point power soon. Let's actually quickly see what he does with that. He managed to get it. He just needs a little bit more XP. Lurch is on the field as a Sharkru. So Eonwe is using his economic advantage here to just get some heroes. Shark, we're trying to chase down the Lancers, which are fleeing all the way back to the base. They do have a Mirror of Galadriel for healing. And we no longer have a green pasture, but Luke built a second barracks. And things have slowed down slightly as Eonwe is focusing on expanding and taking advantage over the situation to basically take over as much of the map as he can. Still has control at the top. We have Bombadil. Tom Bombadil summoned by Luke. Great Sonic Boom, or Sonic Song. But yeah, Bombadil, a huge threat. His lifetime was reduced to 45 seconds from 60, but he can still do quite a lot in that time. Luke is actually kind of coming back from this. I feel like Eonwe didn't really press his attack, but I guess he couldn't because he lost quite a lot of units in his last attack. I don't know if he just wasn't spamming them constantly, or if he was already close to max CP and then suddenly lost a bunch of them. And Lurton in a bit of trouble there. Forced to retreat. These guys trying to intercept the luring warriors so the Lurts can get away safely. Lurts did hit level 2. Sharku is level 2 as well. Lots of works, like 3 works here. Eonwe's trying to stop Luke from expanding and getting himself back together. And this game might actually be longer than we first thought. 3 Warg Riders and Sharku moving in. Oh yeah, that's right. Sharku has Bloodhunt now, which is basically like leadership. I think it is leadership actually. Or his Warg Riders. So that's going to make him even more dangerous, really. Wargs can have some, or Warg Riders can have some pretty devastating damage output. Combine them with Sharku's leadership and their Howl ability. And yeah, that barracks is going to go down. I'm not convinced that those actually stack together. War Chant. War Chant and Howl. Do they stack together? They might. I'm not sure. Yeah, need to figure out the way stacking works in this game again. Of course, stacking works very differently in 2.02 than in 2.01 as well. And they're going to retreat. They did take heavy losses from that. But a barracks went down. Luke is probably going to rebuild it as soon as he can. Now, what is that? Oh, that's boundary. So yeah, right now, Eonwe still has the advantage economically and in terms of his max army. But actually, if you look at his current one, let's see, 323, 530. Yeah, so he still has an advantage there as well. Larger army, larger max army. Builder starts building a wall hub for protection. And Luke doing a good job coming back from this. Trying to push in through the center. This is still being built. I guess Eonwe forgot about his builder. I think I heard Farsight being used again. Of course, the benefit of having Farsight is you know exactly what your opponent's planning in his base when he gets a new building and that sort of thing. Eonwe could also get the Isengard equivalent, which is Palantir. Vision of Palantir, but he has not chosen to go that route. He's saving up for his 15-point power, which could certainly be worth it. There aren't a lot of surprises that you can really expect from Elves, I guess. Could be useful for seeing the positions of all the Malern trees, but it's a little repetitive. And the Warg Riders, unfortunately, ran into Porcupine Pikes. Yeah. That didn't go very well. Lost quite a few units on that, actually. Ouch. Yeah, not looking very good. Warg Riders are going to go down. But I think Eonwe was distracted because he was busy attacking from 2 sides. We have again a builder trying to protect himself by building a wall hub. And lots of lancers moving in to intercept these Warg Riders. Lots of them. We do have Shark too. They're retreating. Devastation again. Bonus resources for Eonwe. Lurt's now level 5. He has leadership with that, so that's good. And he's where it was level 4, he's got the cripple ability. Where he can pin enemy heroes in one place to kill them more effectively. I don't think we've seen any heroes from Luke yet. Perhaps for that reason. And, oh, Sharku went down there. Ouch. Those Warg Riders took a bit of a beating, even though they did take out basically all of Luke's cavalry by the looks of it. And And look at Eonwe's base right now. Oh, do we have Fuel the Fires? Yes, we do. This 15-point power is Fuel the Fires. We got Devastation and Fuel the Fires. Now Isengard's economy is phenomenal, basically. He keeps building a few of these. Yeah, he has a few. He's spamming them at this point. Lumber mills. Yeah. So, huge economic advantage for Isengard. 850 maximum command points as well. Luke is down to 400. He has been fighting back pretty hard, but he's not really staging a big comeback in this game. Well, he's trying to, but it's kind of difficult when your opponent gained the upper hand early on. Now he's just trying to, he's just struggling to come back quickly. Got another Bombadil. Oh, his cavalry are under control. And that's pretty damaging to Eonwe there, and he's being chased now. He was attempting an attack on the fortress by the looks of it, just as he has in the previous game. But we have an eagle summon now, and he's got nothing to kill these eagles. But Eonwe's attack completely foiled. Did not work out as the way it worked out in the last game. And of course, Bombadil also a huge problem. But now Luke has played his cards. He can't use these powers anymore for a while. So, and Eonwe has a massive economy. He can quickly replace those units. He's just spamming them constantly, which he is. If you look at Eonwe's base here, really nice looking situation. He's basically like the whole top part of the map is under his control. His economy really doing well there. Eagles trying to do a bit of harassing. Again, Isengard doesn't really have good... well, they actually do have a great way of taking out the Eagles if he got some Wildman Axe Throwers, but he doesn't have that. He only has Orc Pit, so he's not in a position to counter them very effectively. He can get Crossbowmen, but yeah, it's kind of limited use. Generally speaking, you don't really want to spam too many Crossbowmen against Elves, as weird as that sounds. You just want to spam the tanky Urks and just attack from all sides constantly. And obviously the Work Riders are also proving very useful. Luke with 2 barracks. His opponent, Eonwe, with 2 Work Pits and a Work Pit. And Luke is still trying to attack. To take out a furnace. And Eonwe amassing a huge number of troops right in the center, and he's moving forward. Luke has no fortress upgrades yet. He's gonna need them by the looks of it. War chant. We're going to see things moving forward. Over here, that's a weird place to build your... Oh, I see what he's doing. So, of course, Farsight lets Luke see everything in Eonwe's base. So Eonwe builds his armory all the way over here, which I think this is why he did it, so that Luke wouldn't be tipped off. His opponent's going for upgrades. Now, of course, it just happened that Luke ran right into it, so he does know. Good to know. Or at least, well, helps. Okay. It's a good idea to get one of those floodgate expansions to protect your buildings nearby, if you can, but obviously it's a lot more expensive than this. And as I said, Luke is going to lose his fortress, and it's going to be it for this game. Fought pretty hard, but overall, Isengard is incredibly economical. It's just not something that you can deal with very easily. And again, it all comes down to Isengard early game is very powerful in this matchup. I mean, especially once they get those economic upgrades, they're just fantastic. But when Elves get Mirkwood Archers is when they really can change things. But because Luke was not able to get Mirkwood Archers, he just never had that chance. So Eonwe did a great job, and he advances to the next round. So congratulations to him. And that is it for this first match of these 3 games of the August 1v1 tournament. I am Phoenix, and I will see you next time.